an alignment of planets, presented by science at NASA. Note to skywatchers, put on your winter coats. What you're about to hear might make you feel an uncontrollable urge to dash outside. The brightest planets in the solar system are lining up in the evening sky, and you can see the formation, some of it at least, tonight. Go out at sunset and look west. Venus and Jupiter pop out of the twilight even before the sky fades completely black. The two brilliant planets surrounded by evening blue is a beautiful sight. If you go out at the same time tomorrow, the view improves because Venus and Jupiter are converging. In mid-February, they are about 20 degrees apart. By the end of the month, the angle narrows to only 10 degrees, so close that you can hide them together behind your outstretched palm. Their combined beauty grows each night as the distance between them shrinks. A special night to look is Saturday, February 25th, when the crescent moon moves in to form a slender heavenly triangle with Venus, Jupiter, and the moon as vertices. One night later, on Sunday, February 26th, it happens again. This arrangement will be visible all around the world, from city and countryside alike. The moon, Venus, and Jupiter are the brightest objects in the night sky. Together, they can shine through urban lights, fog, and even some clouds. After hopping from Venus to Jupiter in late February, the moon exits stage left, but the show is far from over. In March, Venus and Jupiter continue their relentless convergence until, on March 12th and 13th, the duo lie only 3 degrees apart, a spectacular double beacon in the sunset sky. Now you'll be able to hide them together behind a pair of outstretched fingertips. There's something mesmerizing about stars and planets bunched together in this way, and no, you're not imagining things when it happens to you. The phenomenon is based on the anatomy of the human eye. Your eye is a bit like a digital camera, explains optometrist Dr. Stuart Hirayasu of Bishop, California. There's a lens in front to focus the light, and a photo array behind the lens to capture the image. The photo array in your eye is called the retina. It's made of rods and cones, the organic equivalent of electronic pixels. There's a tiny patch of tissue near the center of the retina where cones are extra densely packed. This is called the fovea. Whatever you see with the fovea, you see in high definition, Hirayasu says. The fovea is critical to reading, driving, watching television. The fovea has the brain's attention. In the weeks ahead, the moon and planets will frequently appear near enough to each other for us to see them in high definition. The field of view of the fovea is only about 5 degrees wide. Almost every night in March, Venus and Jupiter will fit within that narrow cone. And when they do, presto, it's spellbinding astronomy. Standing outdoors, mesmerized by planets aligned in a late winter sunset, you might just forget how cold you feel. Bring a coat anyway. For more spellbinding science news, check science.nasa.gov.
Okay, boys and girls, that video is not actually what is currently happening in the sky, but it's still a good example of things that we can see. Some of you might have seen this during around Christmas time. There was something that people called the Christmas star, which was where you could see some of these planets, Jupiter and Saturn, that are super far away, but they aligned in a way where you could actually see them for several nights in the sky. So this link down here, and hopefully you can just click on it from the slides, but I will put it onto eClass so you can click it there as well. But this shows you what you can see this week. So this is current, and you can spend some time with this if you like, or talking about it with your teachers, but it tells you every week the things you can see in the night sky. So it might be planets, it might be a different moon phase, it could be constellations or stars, but that's just something fun that you might want to try. Okay, so remember, it was not until several hundred years ago that the sun was widely accepted as the center of the solar system. Remember, they used to think that the Earth was in the center. Today we know that the sun is an average yellow star in our Milky Way galaxy. We know that it is really not that big compared to other stars. Earth, with its solitary moon, its one moon, is one of 8 major planets orbiting the sun. And we're going to learn about all the 8 planets over the next 2 days. Now, in 2006, Pluto, which used to be considered the 9th planet, was reclassified as a dwarf planet. And it is not considered a major planet anymore when we list our planets. So there you see Pluto, no longer a planet, hashtag holding in tears. Poor Pluto. All right, so the sun is at the center of our solar system, and its strong gravitational pull is what holds the 8 major planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and other celestial objects in orbit around it. So the gravitational pull from the sun is what holds all of the things in the solar system. So orbiting, which we know is revolving or going around the sun, are the planets, their assorted rings, their moons, dwarf planets, asteroids, meteoroids, comets, and a host of frozen worlds. There's all sorts of things besides just planets and stars out in the solar system. So within our solar system, again, are the 8 major planets. And we start when we list them with the one closest to the sun, and we go to the furthest. And this is their order: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And some people use this little trick to help you remember. You might say, my very educated mother just served us nachos. And the beginning letter of each of those words is the first letter of the planet. So it helps you remember the order. So M for Mercury, V for Venus, E for Earth, M for Mars, J for Jupiter, S for Saturn, U for Uranus, and N for Neptune. My very educated mother just served us nachos. Okay, friends, today we began learning about planets. We learned that they do not give off their own light, but they do reflect light from the sun. We also learned that the planets are much closer to the Earth than many of the stars are. We learned that there are 8 major planets, along with their moons in our solar system. Sorry, Pluto, but you're not included anymore. So tomorrow we're going to learn about the first 4 planets, also called the inner planets. And we can talk tomorrow about the things you know about planets and the things you wonder that you wrote down in your journals. And we are missing you today. We hope you're having a great day of learning at home, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.